Hello guys, this is Imran Habib, and through this video I'm going to show you how I developed what I developed in my master's thesis. As you all guys know, most of my friends know that I studied masters in robotics and intelligent systems from Örebro University, Sweden. So in my master's thesis I had to develop a 3D virtual reality game, virtual reality based game, and here you can see a virtual environment that I created. I will give you a demonstration to this game, that what I implemented in this game, what functions I implemented in this game. So I just want to give you a short overview about this, that it's a 3D virtual reality based game where your avatar is going to interact with the agents in the environment, and there will be other agents as well. They will be interacting with each other, and they will be interacting with obstacles. How they interact with obstacles, how I implemented the camera control over it, and how I what environment did I model into it, you will see through this video. So I will quickly go through the environment using the spectator view. And for using the spectator view, I am just using a few specific keys, like for example, for sliding my camera to the forward position, I press I and my camera goes forward. So you can see that I'm pressing I now, and when I'm pressing I, so it's going forward. So if I press K, so it moves backward. So if I want to slide left, so I have to press L, and for sliding right I have to press J. Similarly, I have to, if I want to look up, I just press U and it starts looking towards the sky. And if I want to look down, so I'm pressing H right now. So these are the keys that I give the control, that if I want to move into the environment, so I just use these keys to move into the environment. I, J, K and L for sliding, and U, H for looking up and down, and O for the rotation. Now the camera is rotating by staying at its own position, and P is for rotation into the opposite direction. So using these keys I can go into the whole environment. So I'll show you quickly how the whole environment looks like, what I created in this environment. So this is one of the floors of Örebro University's campus in Karlskoga. The campus name is Alfred Nobel campus. You guys can go there who have the access to it and see this out, that how does it look like in the real life. So what you see here is that I'm going to enter into this specific environment that I created by myself. I modeled each and every wall. You can see here all the walls and all the rooms and all the different doors over here, which I combined together to make one single environment in a specific editor, which is known as Hardy 3D Scene Editor. I model all the walls in 3D Max. I applied the textures over them, and then I exported them from that 3D Max 3D modeling tool, and then I used it, converted them, which can so that these files are accessible in the Hardy 3D Scene Editor. So what I do is that in this Hardy 3D Scene Editor, I just make this whole scene, and you can see the 3D world that I created by myself by joining each and every single wall together. So in this specific environment, you will see 3 labs. One is cave lab, the other one is dry lab, and the third one is the computer lab, that I will show you one by one, and I will show you other things as well. So for now I just want to show you this thing, that this is the corridor of the same moose floor. And when you go to Karlskoga, you will see that it looks close to reality. And if you stand on this place, and you will see all the labs on your right, the 3 labs on your right, and on your left you have some other things, the toilets and the elevators and so on and so forth. And this red wall you can see, which is which is also there in real life as well, and that's why it's I made it red to give a real world scenario. I had to give a real world scenario because I had to show the real-time interaction with this 3D virtual world, which looks close to reality, to the real life. So I enter the lab where I used to sit, and if you guys see, there are some tables and a cave, which is the model. Here you can see the model of the cave, but there is a cave in the real life as well. So I'm sorry, I've just gone somewhere, lost. Anyways, so I come back to this lab, the cave lab. So you can see that other things also in this lab where I used to I mean, this is the same place where I used to work as well, and I have modeled some of the objects into it, and yeah, it's a little bit brighter. You can see, but the thing is that more and more objects can be, if I have put more and more objects, then it looks more closer to reality. Anyways, now I go out of this lab, and then I show you some other people that they are in this environment. So before going to these guys, I will show you some functions that I implemented here. Yeah, so right now I'm using some keys to go through the whole environment. So first of all, I will show you that I implemented the obstacle avoidance function. Obstacle avoidance is just to avoid an obstacle, an object, if it comes in a way of an agent. So what I do is that you can see that there is a girl who is moving from one point to the other point, and you can see that she is moving around the obstacle. Now I had to embed something in her intelligence that when you see an obstacle in front of you, you just don't have to collide with it, and you have to just go around it. So what you see is that she walks from one point to the other point, and as soon as she realizes that there is an obstacle in front of it, so she goes to the next point, to the rightward direction, and then she realizes that maybe there is another obstacle because she's just closer to the obstacle, so she tries to avoid the obstacle and goes away from it. So as soon as she realizes that she's away from it, so she starts moving straight. So you can see here. Similarly, I will show you another interaction, interaction with the 3D virtual world. For now, you saw that there is a girl who was avoiding this. Okay, so now I come to another thing that I want to show you is that in the real life you see that there are two human beings in front of each other, so they don't collide with each other, but these agents were supposed to be I mean, there was supposed to be some intelligence in their minds that they don't have to collide with each other. So what I do is that when I tell one of the agents that as soon as you realize that there is some person in front of you, you don't have to collide with it. So as soon as she sees her in front of her, so she doesn't collide and she just changes her position, you can see here. So, and she goes away from her. So, and up till the time she is close to her, she is coming to her, so she keeps on avoiding her so that she doesn't collide with her. So she keeps on going away from her. So now I show you an interaction with the with one of the agents. So there are different agents doing some different tasks in this environment, just to give a real world scenario. Just like this guy is crazily moving from one point to the other point all the time, running. And now what I do is that I will show you that how these interact, how you interact with this guy, and what is his response and so on. So I show you, and now you see that for now this guy is away from him, and so that's why he's not observing his presence. So as soon as now you have seen that he's not observing it, so as soon as he will come into the range, so you will see that this guy will look at him, look at this guy. This guy who is standing is avatar of you, and he moves for now with the keyboard keys, but you will see that he I will tell you later about it. First observe this his presence. I think he's out of the range, I'm sorry. But you will see that now he's in the range and he has started observing him. So he keeps on observing him until the time he is in his range, and so he will observe the guy, the keyboard controlled agent or your avatar, until he is in his range. So you will see now he will again look at his face and keep looking at him unless he is in his range. So you see he's looking at him, and up till the time he is in his range, so he keeps on looking at him. So you will see again. Yeah, so this is the demonstration of the observation of the interaction in which he is observing the presence. So now I give you a little bit detail about the avatar. So when I say that there is an avatar of you, that means there is a human representation of you. This guy is doing the same things that you are doing. For example, now I'm using some keys to walk, so he's walking instead of me. So what happens in the virtual environment is that obviously you need some sensors to control this guy. So there will be some sensors in your feet, and your walking movements will be recorded by those sensors and given to this guy's feet. So what you do is that you get the information and give it to this guy, and this guy will start moving as soon as you start moving in the real life. So you will be standing in a cave. Cave is a virtual environment which has screens on your four sides, and you feel like you have gone into the artificially simulated environment, and you feel like the place where this guy is standing, this guy that I'm moving right now, this guy is standing. You will feel that you are yourself standing into this specific place. So what happens is that this is an artificially created and simulated environment, but you feel like you have gone or jumped into this environment because an illusion is created into your mind, and it is immersed into your mind, that you feel like lost into this game and lost into this specific place, which is nothing else but an artificially created environment, and you feel like you have gone really into this game. So more and more sensors you use, more and more information you get from your body, and you can give it to the avatar of yours. For now we have only two sensors that we are using. One kind of sensor are in your feet, in the human user's feet, where you get the information from the human walk, and you give it to this guy and he starts walking. And another is you get the information of the direction, which is another sensor. It is hanging from the top to down in the cave, which you hold and stand inside the cave, and wherever you point that, you rotate that rotate that cord, so this guy will rotate or change its direction at the same position. So I hope you have got an idea about how the avatar works. So more and more sensors can be added onto the whole body of this avatar, and you can control him. You can get your information from your body, and you can control him. For now we use only two, so as I have given you an explanation about this. So now I show you that as the objective of the thesis was to interact with the 3D virtual world. So I will show you that some interactions as well, some more interactions, as you saw one interaction earlier, and now I will show you another interaction. So what I show you is that there is a guy named Alex, and he's standing he's standing there, and for now the other keyboard controlled agent is not close to him, is not in his range, so that's why he's not observing him. But you will see that as soon as he goes closer to the guy who is standing, he will observe him, he will observe his presence. So for now he's not in the range, not in the range yet. So you will see as soon as he sees and he says something, so you have seen that he keeps on saying something, and so he keeps on observing him even if he is moving and changing his position. So wherever you are moving, so he will keep giving you some posture and doing something all the time. So this is, I mean, an updatable behavior that he is showing, that he does something and he keeps following him even if he is moving somewhere. So that's all. I mean, this is his behavior that I had to implement into it. So you can see this guy. Okay, so that's enough creepy behavior he's showing. Anyways, so this was the real objective of my thesis, that I had to do the real-time interaction with a 3D virtual world. So I showed you obstacle avoidance, agent collision avoidance, and agents interaction, how they behave. There can be more and more behaviors that I can implement into it, that I can attach instead of these animations that you were watching right now, that it's only observing the agent. It's only looking at him and moving his head towards the position where he is going. So but more and more animations, more and more things can be added into it, so for showing the different kinds of behavior that you want to implement into it. So I just want to show you some a little bit more things that I'm in, how does the environment look like, and that you have seen the effects of this. There is an agent who is walking and just going through through a specific position list that I told it to move on continuously. She's a girl, so there are, I mean, girls and guys, just agents, different kind of agents that are moving around the environment. So these are, I guess these are better visual effects other than the lighting effects. I guess there are a little bit brighter lights used in this game that I did, but I guess this has got better light visual effects, and this game engine was nice to use, and I think it was a nice experience using this kind of game engine, which provided with such a support of everything that I did. So I would summarize my work in few words. I model this environment by creating each and every object in 3D Max, and then I export that each and every object, for example a single wall, a door, a roof portion, or anything that I have modeled, table, whatever I have in this environment. I just model each and everything, and then I export it one by one singly from the 3D Max, and then I convert it using a Collada converter, and so that it is accessible into the Hordy 3D scene editor. I develop this moose floor so that I have this 3D scene environment. Then I integrate my autonomously behaving agents and the keyboard control agents with this environment. I tell my agents to walk autonomously on specific position lists. Every agent has its own position list. Some has 2 positions, some has 3 positions, and so on, and we can add more and more agents into it. And my obstacle avoidance can work even if we put an obstacle outside. If we just have to tell the handle to the agent, and it will start computing the transformations, and then it will give us the I mean, it can avoid the obstacle that it has in its way. So I create this environment, integrate it with the game engine, and then then it's done. And then I showed you in this specific, I mean, I have implemented the collision avoidance and obstacle avoidance and interaction of the agents, which means the behavior of the agents on observing things and so on. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was for my friends and for my for the people who wanted to see my game and who wanted to have a look on my game, that how did I work and what did I do. So this is a thing that I did in my master's thesis. Thank you so much to all of you. Yeah.